But
Wow.
I knew that's what my calling was because it made me feel so powerful. And I wanted
Yes.
that energy that that girl had. I wanted that energy that Papa Taco had. So that was a spark that made me realize who I was supposed to be. And I never stopped.
Yes. Yes. Oh man, that sounds really extraordinary. Pop and Lock. Who is Pop and Lock?
No, Papa Taco. Papa
Pop and
Taco.
Taco.
Yeah, listen. I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, let me tell you the quick story about Papa Taco. Okay,
Yes.
so after he inspired my whole life, my whole dance journey, one
Right.
of my boys, I was in a group called Cold Premier, and one of the dudes in my group name was Tony Robson. He had
Oh,
booked a
okay.
job for
Okay.
Coca-Cola, and
Okay.
he was I think it was Pepsi, or it was okay, fellas, don't
Okay.
bust the move.
Okay.
Remember that song? Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
whoever,
yeah. A long time ago. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
whoever that artist was that sang that song, I can't think of his name, but it was his commercial. Papa Tony,
Oh, okay.
dancer.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a dancer in the commercial. Tony got booked to be like an extra, and he said, "Shane, your boy Papa Taco is in this commercial." I was like, "Shut up, don't play with me." He said, "Come with me." I came with him. We drive up. I pull up. We stop the car. He's walking by. Papa Taco's walking by. But now you got to remember, this is years later, so his
Yes,
hair
yes.
is down his back.
Oh,
And I was like,
wow,
that's
wow,
not
wow.
Papa Taco. And he was like, yes, it is. And because I used to call him the dragon, he had this
Yeah.
look on his face that was so strong. And when I got a look at his face, I almost had a heart attack. I was like, what? I jumped out the car, and I've never done this again. I done met Kobe, I done met Prince, I done met everybody. Okay.
Yes.
So I never did that again.
Yes.
I ran up to him and I was like, I just want to tell you, it was longer than this, that you are the reason that I exist as a dancer. I said, I watched your movie, and he had this look on his face. It wasn't like an annoying celebrity that was like another guy. He was piercing through my eyes, and he was absorbing my energy and staring at me with
Wow.
this smile on his face. And he just looked at me and he was like, I'm glad I can influence you. He said, hopefully we can do something in the future. I was like,
Sorry.
you got to be kidding me. Shook my hand. So that was the first time I saw him. Years later,
Sorry
I'm
about that
dancing.
beeping.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. That's him. That's him in heaven, because
Yeah.
sadly, Papa Taco passed away a couple weeks ago, and
Right.
it killed the whole dance industry who knew him. He was
Oh,
the
wow.
literally the man to a lot of people. So that was him pushing a button in heaven, saying, "Boom, boom, boom." Shane, I hear you talking about me
Wow.
right now. So years later, I'm starting to come up in the dance world. I'm teaching my classes at Morelandis. It wasn't even a Millennium yet.
Right.
It was
Right.
Morelandis.
Right.
I'm looking out the window because we have windows you can watch the class, and all I see is this face of the dragon that I just love so much, like love, like no, not like love. And he was
Right.
staring at me with that same look. I stopped my class. I walked back to the back of the class. I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you doing here right now? He was like, I've
Right.
been hearing about you dancing. I've been hearing about your life, your dance career. So I want to come check you out, man. That's just one story, but
Right.
those are the things that made me who I am and kept me fighting to get where I got.
See, now that's really extraordinary because we all have to have someone who inspires us, someone who keeps us together, who encourages us, who actually paves the way for us to do the things that we need to do, you know. And you
Right.
know what I want to ask you too, the next question I want to ask that the audience really want to hear is what have you done in your career? Let's start like from the beginning. And who was your inspiration other than the guy you just mentioned?
Okay. Michael Jackson was an inspiration for me, and people they always ask me like that question, and I say Michael in a different way. A lot of people like
Right.
Michael inspired them. They dance
Yes,
like
yes,
Michael. I
yes,
don't
yes,
dance
yes,
like
exactly.
Michael. You would never ever see me dancing like Michael. I was dancing, not dancing before Michael, but when Michael was learning how to pop and lock and moonwalk and all that, we was already
Right.
doing it. So the intensity behind his moves.
Oh, I
It's the
see.
confidence that he has. The same confidence that Papa Taco had that I saw
Right.
is the
Right.
same thing that Michael had. So
Right.
when I watch Michael, I don't look at his dance moves. I look at the conviction behind the
Right.
moves. And that's what
Right.
inspired
Right.
me.
Right.
I
Right.
love Michael for that. Like Michael could stare at you and hit one move and just make you have a heart attack because
Right.
there's so much intensity behind it. That's what inspired me about Michael. There's not too many other dancers that inspire me because everybody danced different than I did. It was more
Yes.
the energy that I felt when I watched them as opposed to the dance style. My dance style was so different. And just to jump on something real quick, when I was doing my dance style, I'm from
Right.
Cincinnati, Ohio. So when I danced, I was Midwest. like we was booty dancing. We would be on the floor. We'd be popping, we banging on the floor, getting down there, popping our backs, getting on top of each other. Like we are full out. It wasn't this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and tuck and tick and tuck and tuck. Like we did all that stuff. We did everything. But our
Right.
original style was get on the floor and destroy the floor. You feel me?
Wow.
So they used to call it, we called it booty dancing. But when I used to teach my classes and I would touch on it a little bit, the parents would be like, no, you can't have my daughter on the floor popping her back. And then I was like, I get it. I understand. Well, your daughter's too young to be in my class. But it's
Right.
funny to me that back then they used to always say, oh, you a booty dance. You a booty. Like some of the dopest choreography.
Right.
He does that booty stuff. And now why is twerking the biggest style of dance in the world?
So, hey, guys, you heard it. Hey, that's the father of twerking.
Yes,
See, it
say
wasn't
that.
twerking back then. It was
Look,
booty dancing. So, hey, you're
hey,
talking to the man who started it all.
look.
Uh-oh, we lost you. Okay, there
Yeah,
you go.
that's because I can't turn my I can't go in airplane mode or I'm gonna lose you. So when people
Okay.
call, it's like,
Oh, I got
interfering
you.
with the call. So
Okay.
I'm gonna try to deny that. But yeah, but my thing is people always hate on something that they don't understand and they didn't
Right.
understand me. You know what I mean? Now
Yeah.
I got a girl group that I've been working with called Twerk Team USA, who just
Oh,
murdered Tuesday Blend the other night. The coldest female group out right now, and I
yeah.
promise,
Hey,
promise you, promise
I
you,
I was there, y'all.
you was there. Please, if y'all got a
Oh,
chance, go on my Instagram. I am Shane Sparks, or go to Twerk Team
yes,
USA. Look for
yes.
Nicolette, Snow Bunny. Check our stories out. They
Oh,
murdered.
she's on right now. Nicolette
Oh,
is
is
on
that
now.
right? They
Yeah.
murdered that floor. Shout out to all the girls in the group. Y'all murdered
Right.
it. It was
Right.
amazing. So yeah. So
Yeah.
we here to stay, man.
So the next thing is it's always been I know a little bit about the story. I know a little bit about history, but give us your resume, man. Coming from the man himself, give us your resume.
Okay.
That's what
Um,
I want to hear. Everybody
I'll
needs
try
to
to.
know. Let me say this, Shane. That the reason I have you on as a guest because to me, this is what this 10 biggest lies concept is. Now we calling it as it is. Most people see the industry one way, but the people in the industry see it another way. So to bring you the straight gospel truth, people really need to know what you've actually accomplished. They've seen you
Right.
everywhere,
Right.
but now
Right.
let's get a little bit,
Okay. Look.
sentimental and let's kind of,
Right.
tell them where
Let me
you've
do
come
this.
from, what you've done, stuff
I
like your
got it.
accomplishments. Okay.
I got it. So check it out. This is what I want to do because I never really got a chance. Hold on. Let me lift this up a little bit. I never really got a chance to talk about myself because I'm a very
Right.
low key person. I don't
Yes.
brag nothing. But I'm gonna take this time out to kind of like boast about who I
Yes.
am. I came out to LA like most dancers with
Yes.
nothing but
Yes.
heart and hard work and a goal. The first thing I did that really put me on the map was I want to be down with Brandy. I used to
Correct.
drive Brandy around in my car to rehearsals and to video shoots and stuff like that. Brandy was a really good friend of mine. I was her
Right.
first choreographer. I was doing her tour. You know what I mean? So that was like the first thing people saw me do visually. After
Right.
that, I got booked with Chris Stokes to go do the Immature tour. I was on that
Okay.
tour for about 6 months to a year, something like that. I was dancing with Immature with my boy. I can't think of his name right now to come to me, but DJ Direct. Now, hey,
you
look,
you
wilding out. I wish DJ was listening to this. DJ. I wish Derek was listening to this, but Derek was one of the dancers with me with
Oh,
Immature.
wow.
But I was dancing with
Wow.
Quindon, okay, and Quindon passed away a couple years ago, which he was a
Right.
good dude. But we danced for him. But Derek was on dance with me. There's some video out there with me and him out there. It's you, that's all. It's crazy. You just brought back a memory. But
See?
so we did that tour, and Destiny Child was on that tour. Like all those groups that are like some of them that got big and
Right.
whatever and gone. We was on
Right.
tour with all of them. I remember when Beyonce, you didn't even know who Beyonce was. I remember that she was right next to us and get ready to go on stage. So
Right.
we
Right.
knew
Right.
all of those people. So we did that tour, and then and before that, I did hair shows, I did modeling and stuff like that with the Matrix. I toured, went
Right.
to Italy and Australia, all that crazy shit. But then after working with Chris Stokes doing the Immature situation, he came to me and he said, "Yo, I'm about to do this movie And when I do this movie, I want you and Chris, you and Dave Scott and Rob Hoffman to be the choreographers. I was
Right.
like, bam, that's easy. So we got excited, got the script. I was originally supposed to play the part that Marcus Houston played. I had the script, I had the lines,
Ah, I see.
I knew the whole thing. But
Right.
then, but then the group of the century came out, B2K.
Right.
When B2
Yes.
when B2K came
Yes.
out,
Yes. Yes.
look,
Exactly. I
look,
remember
look,
that.
look. I don't even think we have enough time for this for me on this show. I'm gonna let you know that because I have too many
Well,
stories.
well, we can have a part two.
Okay, that's what we'll probably do.
We got a part two.
So listen. So Dave Scott came to me one day. He said, "Yo, I got this group. I want you to see." Okay, you know how dope they are.
Right.
Okay, imagine seeing tell me what you wanna do,
Uh huh.
live before they was famous in my class. He said, Shane, I want you to see my boys. And B2K came out and just murdered that song. I was like, what
Wow.
is going? I called everybody in Cincinnati. I said, okay, when this group B2K come out, they're gonna change the world. They didn't have a deal yet, but I
Wow.
knew it. I knew they was gonna be the coolest
Wow.
group in the world. Okay,
Right.
so I'm watching them. I'm like, so I used to take them to my class, and they would do.
Yeah.
This is how close we were at that time. I would be
Right.
like, yo, I need the boys coming to the class. I'm like, yo, come in. They'd come in there. They was probably all like about 4 feet, 5 feet. They was little young. And they would come in there, and I had a class full of girls. My class was probably like 80%, 90% females. So I said, I
Right.
got a surprise for y'all. Sit down. And B2K walks in there, but they weren't famous yet. But
Right.
B2K walks in, and the girls are like, okay. And they murdered. They was like,
Wow.
man,
Wow.
like
Wow.
I have a lot of this on videotape, but I can't show y'all videotapes until I get an opportunity to do that. But I mean, so coming from that, B2K
Yeah.
blew up. Okay, so that put the movie back a year. So
Okay. Yeah.
B2K went out on tour, blah blah blah. They
Yeah.
did their thing, shot videos. They killed the industry for that year.
Right.
And
Right.
then You Got Served came back. He was like, okay,
Right.
this is what I want you to do. I want you to choreograph with Dave Scott and Robert Hoffman, and this
Right.
is what we're gonna do. We went into a month of pre-production. Me and
Right.
Dave set up in his apartment, and we went through after we had this crazy audition. I have all this on
Right.
tape. With this crazy audition, we went through every picture, every resume,
Wow.
put them together, put the groups together, look, I'm gonna tell you this. Some of y'all only know Dave as a dancer. Like y'all go,
Huh.
oh, Dave. Dave is a genius. And me and Dave, we met one day. And since that day, there's not a time when we got together or got on the phone where we didn't laugh the whole time about just
Wow.
life. Like today, I can
Wow.
tell you right now. And Dave got sick, and I haven't seen him in a long time. So I
Right.
know he's getting better, but I can't wait till we reunite to do something amazing. But
Right.
Dave, he's a genius. So he put a lot of that together. This was my first time ever doing anything like that. So I'm literally
Right.
watching him put this together. So I'm making it short. So then we got all the groups together, and then it came to the set of like rehearsals and getting everything together.
Right.
Everything
Right.
just kind of flowed together. So You Got Served was like, at the time, it was the biggest thing in my life, but it wasn't
Right.
the thing that changed my life. Because after the movie came out, I didn't know that you needed a publicist to
Ah.
publicize yourself. I didn't know that. So I'm sitting at home and I'm watching all the dancers on all these talk shows. I can't remember what talk shows, and on the news doing the moves and talking about the movie and never mentioning my name. I was like, wait, what is going
Ah.
on? So I was calling Dave. I
Wow.
was like, Dave, what's up? I was like, how come they're not talking about me on there? He was like, I'm gonna get you on the next one. I'm gonna get you on the next one. But see, I was mad at Dave, and Dave knows me. He knows that I'm not a
Right.
conniving person like that. I was mad at
Right.
him because I thought they were just taking advantage of the moment and not including me because he was trying to take the shine. But what was
Right.
happening was Dave pays a publicist.
Yeah.
The publicist works for Dave, and
Right.
she publicized him. I didn't
Yes.
know that. I had never had a
Right.
publicist at this time. So how could his publicist publicize me if I'm not paying her?
Right.
So after I learned that, I was like, oh my God, I need to apologize to him. And I don't think we ever really talked about it, but we were so tight that it didn't
Right.
matter. He knew that
Right.
what he was doing and why I felt the way I felt, but we never talked about it. So
Right.
so that movie came out, and I remember calling my daddy. I said, hey, there's going to be a movie called You Got Served, just like I did with B2K. A movie called
Right.
You Got Served that's going to come out, that's going to change the game. Just remember what I told y'all. He was like,
Right.
okay, son, I'll look out for it. So it did what it did. So
Right.
when You Got Served came out, it changed my life, but it didn't change my life until like 2 years later. Because people
Oh, I
knew about
see.
the movie, but they still
Right.
didn't know if I choreographed it. They still was kind of like confused because all the promotions were today. But we all know
Exactly.
that the movie comes on and says choreographed by Dave Scott, Shane Sparks. We all know they're going to do that for free.
Right.
So
Exactly.
So I'm living my life. I'm calling Chris. I'm like, yo, what's next? What are we gonna do? And then my agent called me. Her name is
Ah.
Brooke, Clear Talent. She said, there's a TV show that's about to come out and they're looking for judges. I
Oh,
said, really?
wow.
It wasn't called So You Think You Can Dance at the time. It was called something else. But she said, I need you to come in and audition. I was like, oh, cool. Okay, cool. So the guy name is Nigel Lithgow.
Oh, yeah.
So I go down there. It's a little room, a TV, and another girl and Nigel. And
Right.
and we just sitting there, and Nigel talks to me, asks me a million questions. It was only supposed to be a 5-10 minute meeting.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
would
yeah,
end
yeah,
up actually for like an hour. And he was
yeah.
like, I love you. He was like, I love you. And I was like, I walked out of there with Brooke. I was like, Brooke, I think I just booked the TV show. So, okay, this is a story that probably don't too many people, a lot of people don't know this. This part I'm about to tell you real quick. Okay, so now they call me down.
Yes.
So I had to look at a video and he was like, judge this. I did the judge. I was like, all right, cool. That was cool. Blah, 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 blah. It was like, all right, we'll get in touch. So now on the weekends, me, Dave Scott, Robert Hoffman, Brian Free, like every dancer, choreographer in the
Wow.
world would be there. Okay. So,
Right.
and we were playing volleyball every Saturday. So, the choreographer for Justin Timberlake, I can't think of his name, Kadelka. I can't think of his name right now. But so it'll come to me in a minute. But we would show up at
Right.
at the game, and he would walk up because it was between me and him. It was between
Right.
me and him.
Right,
So,
right.
and we would be like, "Did you get it?" No. He was like, "Did you get it?" I was like, "No." All right, cool. Playing volleyball. Next week up. And then he's doing it. We do the same thing. Then 1 week he came with this look on his face, and he said, "I got it." It was like somebody taking a needle and busting your tire on your Ferrari, and it just
Wow.
drops to the floor. I was like, "Congratulations." Marty Kaduka. Marty, I know
Yeah,
people
yeah.
watching this was like saying his name is Marty.
Yeah.
Kaduka. Okay, if you don't know Marty Kaduka, when Justin Timberlake did his first show, I think it was on the VMAs or AMAs, and he had the big box on the stage.
Right, right.
That was equivalent to me. That was equivalent to when Michael did Billie Jean on
Wow.
Motown 25. To me, I don't care what nobody else think. When he came out,
Exactly.
he came floating up through the box.
Right, right.
They don't do shows like that no more. The
Right.
choreography. So Marty's the one who choreographed that. That's what I gotta
Wow.
say. So you know how big Justin was. Okay.
Right.
So they ended up picking Marty, and I was like, okay, cool. So I watched the show a couple times. Marty's a dope choreographer. So then they called us. We need Shane Sparks to come in for one episode. We need him to do this and do that. I was like, cool.
Right.
So I go there. I hope y'all not bored, but this story is dope. So
That's
I go
okay.
in there, and
It's your time,
because I'm old school and new school, I go in there and say, what I'm gonna do is, since I'm doing hip hop, and most of the hip hop looks like jazz, I'm going old school. So I went back to the black shirts, the black suspenders, the white gloves, the hats, and like Boogaloo locking type, like and put them on the stage. And I said, I'm gonna make them look like they're like old school, like an old school locking group.
Right.
They came out on that stage, and it was doom da da doom do doom
Oh
da.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Walking her like she was a dog, and they was popping to that snare, and she came up, taking, murdered it. Nigel got up and was like standing ovation, blah 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 blah. I was on the show for the next 4 years.
Wow.
And if y'all watch the show, y'all know what I did. Like, I don't brag. Y'all will never see a video of me or anybody saying like he's just a conceited. Never. That's not me. I'm very humble. I know I have a gift, and my gift is to share it. That's it. I just have a gift, and I need to share it. I never take nothing. Like, you never see that.
Yeah.
So,
but that wasn't the only
now,
show. Yeah, that wasn't the only thing you did though.
Yeah. So from that, then we used to do Hip Hop International. Hip Hop International was a dance event that we would do in Las Vegas, and we did it in LA, like Long Beach.
Right.
Somewhere. So we had all these companies, all these cities, all these dancers come from different cities, different countries to battle. So we would judge it. Dope show. Some of the best dancers I've ever seen in my life. New Zealand, killing it. Africa, killing it. Crazy.
Right.
So,
right.
They one day Randy Jackson comes up to me, like Randy Jackson, like Shane Sparks. He always kept my name like that. Shane Sparks. I was like, "What's up, Randy?" I didn't even know Randy that well. I just heard his name a lot. So he came up to me and I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "Yo, we got this show and I want to talk to you about being a judge and a choreographer. Just a judge." I was like,
Right.
really? What is it? And he was like, well, Hip Hop International just got picked up by
Wow.
MTV
Right.
to do a show, but it's going to be called America's Best Dance Crew. I was like,
Ah.
okay. So Randy said, I need you here at this time, blah, 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 blah. So I went another little room they put me in, put a TV.
Right.
I think they had some cheerleaders, dancers, or something crazy. And he was like, judge that. So I critiqued it, told him what I thought. It was like, oh, that's pretty good. A week, 2 weeks went by. I was like, well, oh well. And he called me up. He was like, you just got booked to do America's Best Dance Crew. And then they was like,
Wow.
we're looking for the next judge. So they was looking at Sierra, they was looking at Missy. I was like, what? Wait, what are y'all talking about? Like, I'm about to be on a show with. So and then they end up talking to the NSYNC, and
Yeah.
I can't think of his name right now. But then they got Little Mama, and I was like, oh my God, this is about to be crazy. I didn't really know Little Mama at the time, but Little
Right.
Mama had flavor. She had fire. She was
Right.
not old
Right.
school, but she just had that energy.
Right.
So
Right.
they
Right.
put us
Right.
on the
Right.
stage, and we, that show was history. And to this day, everybody say that first season with Jabberwockies is the best season ever. And I would always say that because we were free to say and do whatever we wanted to do in that
Exactly.
first
Yeah.
season, and I loved it
Yes.
so much. But and then
Right.
so when ABDC came out, that changed my life. So You Think You Can Dance had already changed my life, but
Correct.
ABDC
Yes.
blew up even bigger. And so I
Right.
had to leave So You Think You Could Dance because So You Think You Could Dance didn't want me to do both of them. So I had to choose. My
Right.
my agent, he said, well, MTV is cable and Fox is major network. Where do you want to go? I said, but America's Best Dance Crew is hip hop. That's where I'm going. And I got more money,
Yeah.
more visibility, and
Right.
had more fame with that show than I ever had with So You Think You Can Dance. So
Right.
it got so big that So You Think You Can Dance called me back. And everybody
Wow.
remember I came back. So I was simultaneously doing both those shows at the same time.
Wow.
It was crazy. And what I need people
Wow.
to understand is those shows were like the first shows ever like that, and I was on those shows. I'm not taking no credit for being the beginning of nothing, but there's something special about my life that put me in a position because I'm
Right.
just a dancer from Ohio, man. I know Roro. I know I can't even think of these dudes' names, but I know some of the coldest choreographers you will ever
Right.
see. Roro,
Right.
if y'all don't know, Roro is a Marion. If you like Omarion, the way Omarion danced back in the day, that's Roro.
Right.
He's just a
Right.
what do you call it? He's just like, I don't want to say puppet, but he is just
Huh.
Roro. Roro
Yeah. Yeah.
is Cliff. Like the names are starting to come to me, but it's too much going on in my head. But yeah, so and then I ended up doing Dream Girls. I went to New York to do Dream Girls, and
Right.
this guy Bobby Longbottom said I want Shane Sparks. He would not let me say no because I said no for like 6 months because I didn't want to go because they wanted me to go to Korea and then they wanted me to go
Ah.
to New York for 6
Right.
months, 9 months. I was like, I got 2 TV shows here. I worked. I was on a tour called The Pulse. I was making a lot of money and I was living a dream. I didn't need to go to
Right.
New York or Korea for 6 months, 8 months. I didn't want
Right.
to do that. But he was like, no,
Exactly.
he's like, come and do this. I promise you it'll be worth your while. And
Wow.
literally to this day, it's probably one of my favorite 3 months of my life. Because I went to New
Wow.
York and choreographed this show with Bobby Longbottom. And I always forget my associate's name if her name comes to me, but she was a
Yeah.
beast. She killed it, man. But whatever, man. But those are some of the things that I did, man. And then I got nominated for an Emmy, and it was up against Wade Robson, and Wade Robson
Yeah.
won. But that's another
Yeah.
dude. That's another dude
Hey,
that
personally, I don't
always.
think Wade Robinson was better than you, though.
Hey, you know what?
That's just my personal.
Right, and I
I'm a
respect that.
fan. Yeah, I'm a fan.
I respect that. I respect
Yeah.
that. But Wade was no joke.
Yeah. Well,
Everybody
I
knows.
mean, I liked him.
Yeah,
I
he was
liked
no
him,
joke.
but I mean,
So, but
yeah.
but I have respect for all of them, and we always doing our thing.
Right.
And I loved his work. And Wade was the first person, well, the only person to take me to Michael Jackson's ranch. Like,
Wow.
a lot of people
That's
don't know about that, but
that's
Wade on
Never
my
Never
birthday,
Land.
yeah, on my birthday, his sister's birthday and mine are I think the same day or like a couple days before or after. And he was
Right.
like, "What do you want to do?" He was like, "You want to go to the ranch with us for your birthday?" I was like, "Yes." We stayed in cabin for a weekend, dude. We played with the monkeys, we played with the giraffes, we got on the little thing that you swing across the woods.
Right.
And we ate breakfast in the house. I went to his game rooms, went to his bedroom, saw the big old
Right.
couch. We signed a book. I mean, that was one of the best days. And I had candy. You couldn't take no cameras. They didn't let you film anything. But I used to
Right.
send a bunch of stuff to my nieces and nephews. And Yeah, so Wade is. I don't care what nobody says. He'll always be my dude.
Wow, man, you seem like you had a really full life. You had a full life of everything. So,
Yeah.
what we want to do, though, I think that if anyone out there has a question or whatever, feel free to come in. I see that there's some people on, and so maybe at the end, if you guys got any questions, if you don't, we will actually be editing this and sending it out all over if you missed it. So where we at right now, right here is where the rubber meets the road right here for you. Something took place in your life that actually caused you to go away from the scene. Because when I met you, it was years. When I knew you from the You Got Served, it wasn't until after that
Hmm.
that I saw you in Vegas because I had this vision to put together a project, and we'll talk about that later. A project with a fitness concept involving dance, and that's when I saw you. So my first question was, Shane, where you been, man? So right here, and boy, audience, hold on to your hats because this is gonna be deep. So it's gonna be deep. So I really want the audience to know that Shane fully agreed with doing this. He was he was incredibly sincere. He did not pull his punches when I asked him, when I interviewed him, I talked to him about it. He was still. I saw a little bit of hurt and disappointment because of what he had to go through. Because in this business, there's a lot of like jealousy, a lot of envy. People do things for only God knows why they do them, but they don't really know how they destroy or affect other people's
Right.
lives. And so when I talked to Shane about it, he really, 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 really was straight. And so he's fully cooperated. He says, Tony, I want to share. And this is the day we chose because afterwards, after he finishes, we got some really other good stuff for you that's coming up. So Shane, take us there, man. Take us there. This is reality. Take us there.
Stupid. Okay, so craziest day of my life, man. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. So I moved out to LA probably about 93, 94, 92, 93, somewhere around there.
Right.
Coming back
Right.
and forth. And I was teaching classes at the time, and I used to teach at Morelandis, of course. And at Morelandis, they have people that work at the front desk. They come and they go, they alternate or whatever. So I was on a road with, I was doing Matrix, and I don't think I had
Right.
started mature yet, but I was on a road with Matrix. So one day I come home and I'm coming to my house, and
Wow.
my roommate is there, and he has a female and her daughter in my house. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what's up, Sam? And I knew them because I saw him at the studio all the time. And he
Right.
was like, yo, what's up? I was like, yeah. He said, I've been dating her mom. When I tell this story, I hate telling this story because it's so crazy, man, the way it happened. But I can only tell you the truth. I can only tell you the truth. He's dating her. Her daughter's there. I know her daughter from the front desk. So we started hanging out. So when
Right.
me and her started hanging out, it was just because they were doing whatever they was doing. We started hanging out doing what we would do. Okay. So after everything was said and done, they got up, they left. All right, I'll see y'all at the studio next week or whatever.
Right.
So time goes by. I see her a couple more times. I would take her home sometimes because she would work late, and my class usually ended like 10 or 11, like it was the last class on Monday and Wednesday. So I would
Right.
take her home, drop her off. But sometimes we would end up at my house, we would hang out. Everything was just chill. I only saw her at the studio, so I only know her from the studio. But we
Right.
had a little chemistry. So she disappeared. I didn't really go looking for her because I didn't know her that well, but she disappeared. And I didn't see her for I say about 5 or 6 years. And one day I see her, she's coming, I'm walking down Ventura Boulevard and she's at a bar type thing, but she was not auditioning, but she was going for putting her resume in to become a bartender. I was like, yo,
Right.
what's up? And she was like, nothing much. We started talking. She was like, yeah, I'm trying to get a job as a bartender, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll never forget this. It was like it was the most innocent thing. I was like, all right, cool. Good
Right.
luck with that job. So years go by. So another like 10 years go by. I never seen her again, never talked to her. So
Right. Right.
remember everything I just told y'all as far as like you got served, so you think America's Best Dance,
Right.
all the stuff that I had done, I'm in the middle of that. I had just got
Wow.
home from, I think I had just got home from somewhere, and I get a letter in the mail
Wow.
that says there's a female that's accusing you of rape or something like that. I can't remember word for word. And we would like for you to call. It might not be nothing, but we would just like to talk to you about it. And I was like,
Wow.
what? So I'm tripping, like, who could this be? And let me tell you a side story that's crazy. Is I was used to be with my assistant Rachel, and I remember we went to the mall, Beverly Center, and as I was getting
Right.
into my car, just to give y'all a visual, I had one of the coldest, I'm not bragging, but I just want y'all to know where I was at. I had one of the coldest Mercedes CL55s AMGs that you would see on the road. Everybody remember those days we
Right.
would drop light rims, muffler, out of here.
Yeah.
I got in my car and this dude and his girl came knocking on my window. It was like, I was like, why are y'all knocking on my window? Hey, it's like, we don't know who you are, but you look like you're somebody. My sister is a psychic. She would like to talk to you. Can you pay? Can you give her, call her up to come to the thing? I was like, okay, give her a number. He said, I'm just letting you know there's somebody out to destroy you. Somebody that you know from your past is
Wow.
out to destroy you. And I was like, I'm thinking, like, who could this be? So I got in my car and I didn't think nothing of it because I don't really believe in too many things that ain't facts or
Yeah.
whatever. So I was like, whatever.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
me and Rachel looked at each other like, that was weird. The same day, listen, the same day, we're driving down the street and another couple in a Range Rover, I think it was white,
Wow. Wow.
blowing at me. And I'm like, I slowed down, rolled my window. I was like, what's up? It was like, we don't know. Same thing. We don't know, but you look like you're somebody
Wow.
important. My sister wants to
Wow.
talk to you, or my friend, whoever, she's a psychic.
Right.
Here's my number. Call this number. She has something that she has to tell you. I
Right.
ignored it. I ignored it because I'm like, I'm cool on that. So,
Right.
and we just think it's people that's just like, just, whatever. So I ignored it. So of course, all these years later go by, and then a girlfriend, an ex-girlfriend of mine, she says, Shane, dude, the fuck? Oh, sorry.
Oops.
She says, excuse me, but
That's all right.
she said, there's a girl saying that you trying to get girls to testify against you. I'm like, who are you talking about? She said the girl's name. I feel like saying her name right now because she needs to be known. But whatever. But she said they said she's trying to get these girls. I was like, whatever. I said, who is she? I said, what's her number? She said she gave me a number. I called the girl up. I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, what are you doing calling me? I said, because somebody's telling me that you're trying to say some stuff about me. Like, what's going on? She was like, no. I said, just tell me what's going on because I already kind of knew what was about to happen. And she said,
Right.
I just want you to apologize for what you did. And I said, apologize for what? Because I only remember your aggressiveness. I only
Right.
remember you coming to my world. I didn't go to
Right.
your world. I didn't go to your school. I didn't go to your restaurant. I didn't go to your house.
Right.
I didn't go to this.
Okay.
You came to my world. So what am I
Right.
apologizing for? Because you were the aggressor. And I hate saying
Right.
this because people be thinking like you're a guy, but whatever. We know how people are when they are
Right.
attracted to people. So
Exactly.
I'm just a real chill person. I'm not aggressive at all, especially when it comes to women, when it comes to sex. I'm not an aggressive person. It's either going to happen or it's not. Like, I don't need it.
Right.
So when she was asking me that, I was like, you tell me what I did wrong, I'll apologize. And so she was like, I gotta go. I was like, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. So I called her the next day. We get on the phone. This time she has a cop on the phone. And my thing is this.
Oh.
Listen, my thing is this. If you are a cop and you listen to a conversation and you're so smart, like you listen to everything and you kind of like
Right.
she should have known that this guy doesn't even know what she's talking about. This guy
Right.
is sincerely telling her that if I have to apologize to you, I will. But
Right.
what if I apologize? Because the average person will be like, please, my career is this, and I'm don't tell. He'll be trying to
That's right.
tell her
That's
not
true.
to tell.
That's true.
And I'm like, just tell me what I did wrong because I
Yeah.
remember you being the aggressor. But whatever, I don't like to get into that. But the bottom line is, she did that to me based off of somebody saying that that she started going to college, and when you go to college, they do some type of psychiatric thing on you, and they start talking to you.
Right.
And I think her past came up, and then they said something about like once you bring something like that up, they have to follow through
Investigate.
with it.
Yeah. They have to
So
follow through. Yeah.
me
Right.
personally, Tony, I don't think she wanted to do that because
Yeah.
15 years later, this like think about this. If somebody did something to you, like really listen to me, y'all, because I have people judging me and thinking this and thinking that, but you look at my track record, you look at my life, you'll be like, you don't see me on the news, you don't see me online doing crazy stuff, you don't hear stories about Shane Sparks before or after that. I'm not that type of person. You feel me? I'm a really low-key person.
Right.
But when somebody comes into your life and I lost track of what I was about to say. But at the end of the day, I'm just a simple dude who was trying to do his life. And when this girl came into my life and said that I did something to her that I would
Well,
never ever do.
because you was stopping at 15 years. Remember, you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
15.
Okay, yeah. So I'm like, oh, that's what I was gonna say. So if somebody did something to you, you would think that you would go tell somebody close to you the
Right,
first day.
right.
She said I did it 6 times. Like, Tony, think about this. Ladies, if you're listening, if a guy ever treats you bad or takes advantage of you one time, you probably would never see that guy again. You would probably leave your job and be like, I don't want to be around him. If you go around him again and he does it again, then what something's wrong. If you go around again and he does it 3 times, she said I did it to her 6 times. I'm like, really? I'm like, what? Like she was trying to make it seem like I was so bad and I treated her so bad.
Wow.
It was
Right,
crazy to me, man. And imagine me
right.
being who I am, being the way that I am, and thinking the way I am.
Correct. Yeah,
Listening to this, I'm like, really?
yeah,
Like, what are you trying to? What are you doing? So for her to take 15 years, I just think something ignited her to talk
yeah.
about it. And then it was like, oh, he's on TV. Oh, he's a star. This is going to be a big story. Let's push it. So
Correct.
after dealing with it for a few months, because I had a lawyer who was a joke, who made it take a year before it was closed. And so
Right,
by him making a year, I lost ABDC, I lost So You Think You Can Dance. I was supposed to go on tour with the Dream Girls. All this stuff, I was losing everything month by month. But he
right.
he was he was he was a joke. So by me losing by him taking so long, I was losing everything. And hold up real quick. And then so a friend of mine, she came in and she said, Shane, whoever your lawyer is, they don't know what they're doing because your case should have been over by now. Because what you did, you should have been able to fight that and get it over with. And whatever direction it went, it
Right,
should have happened by now. You
right.
need to talk to this guy. I call up this guy, Leonard Levine. If you don't know who Leonard Levine is, he's a co-lawyer. As soon as I grabbed him as my lawyer, my case was over in 2 months. He said I could
Wow.
get this over in a month. Within that first month, the DA, her attorney was like,
Yeah,
something's wrong with her right now. I don't trust nothing she says. And I'm only saying this because this is what my lawyer's telling me. After he got in,
right.
you started finding out what was really going on. I literally after that, everything got dropped except for unlawful sex with a minor. Because she was trying to say I did all this crazy stuff. But once they got to find out who she was and how she was and who I was and what type of person, they dropped everything except for that. But the girl
Because I
put me
think
through.
because I think if I may interject, because during our interview, I think she was the minor thing was that she lied about her age and
Yes.
she was committing crimes herself
Right.
and
Oh,
got caught and
yeah.
lost the
So let
job.
me,
Yeah,
yeah, let me tell you about that. Like
yeah,
this stuff is so many things that I want to say
yeah.
that I'm just trying to get it all in there. But the reason she left Millennium and I never saw her again because she got caught stealing.
Right,
The reason she was there is because she lied her age. I found
right,
all this out while I was in the process of this. And I'm
right.
like, think about this. Y'all have this girl's mom who's dating my roommate,
Yeah,
cheating on her husband, bringing her underage to my house. You know what I mean? And allow me to
yeah.
do this and not saying, Shane, no, saying my daughter is this, or, something, let me know, just letting it go. Did this type of energy coming into my house, but yet they go on and live their life and
And
I
then
get
yeah,
destroyed in everything that I work for. Like
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
knows me in the dance world. They
And
know
we're
that I
talking
work.
yeah, and we're talking 15 years later.
Yeah. So they
God.
know this my struggle.
Yeah,
They know what I've
yeah,
been through. And
yeah.
but let me put this on top of y'all too. Because of the way that I am, I know the dirty, dumb stuff I did as a kid. I know about the girls that I dated when I was 15 and 16 years old, and I cheated on them and I was just that, but I was just a little boy. But I remember breaking girls' hearts. And I remember thinking to myself, like, oh my God, I shouldn't be doing this. But if you don't want to be with somebody, you don't want to be with them. So, and as I got older, when
Right,
I would date girls, that's just how I felt. At 15, I got my heart broken where it would got destroyed. And I
right,
said from there on, I would never, ever, ever put both feet in a relationship because I was so hurt. So
right.
moving on through my life, when I would be dating somebody, I remember girls saying, it just seemed like you could just leave this right now if you wanted to. And in my mind, I've been thinking like I actually can because I would never
Right,
give you the power over me. I would never give you
right,
the power to hurt me that because I never want to feel that again. So
right, right.
so me hurting girls is what I think about. So when all this happened, I said, you know what, Shane? In this crazy life, there's this thing called karma. You're
Yeah,
gonna deal with your sins or whatever you've done one way or another. And I remember
Right.
my auntie Joyce Ann told me one day, she said, Shane, when somebody does something to you, you don't have to get them back. It will happen. It might
Right.
not be when you want it, but it will happen. And if something happens to you, or something happens to anybody, it might not be you to pay them back, it'll be somebody else. But whatever,
Correct.
she said, don't worry about it. God will deal with it. So I'm being dealt with. But I'm gonna tell you, Tony, I'm gonna tell you this for everybody's listening. I am at such peace. Like I'm that's why I've disappeared so long, because for a minute I was done with females, I was done with the industry, I was done with everything. My heart was broken. So I didn't want to do nothing. Like friends that I had, gone. Everybody that I knew, gone. There was one time, dude, when I couldn't even like, I couldn't,
Wow.
I couldn't even pay for gas. I was losing everything. Like it was crazy. So I was just like sitting. I said, when I get back on top, I'm gonna be very smart about who I associate with. So
Right.
another situation came in. I ended up moving to Vegas, and I've been in Vegas for the past, it'll be 4 years in November. And I live like a king, and not saying like rich, but I'm at peace. You know what I
Yes.
mean? I'm not around
Good.
anybody but my best friend and her mom.
Yes.
And that's
Right.
all my life is about. And I
Right.
work. My boy, Leon, we got a company called New Platform. We do video editing and shooting. And I mean, we've done amazing things, and we're doing amazing things. And
How
I'm
do they get
so
in touch with you guys? How do they get in touch with you guys?
New Platform. We only got an Instagram right now. So it's new, I think it's New Platform uh,
Uh
underscore
oh. Uh
entertainment. We're
oh.
going to have to put that on the
I
thing.
know. I took you all the way. You
Yeah,
was
you
here
just killed
serious,
me.
and
Yeah,
then I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
"How can we get in
So
touch with you?" I got
right,
you.
right. But
Yeah.
y'all know, y'all go on my Instagram, y'all know New Platform. And then I got involved with um Scout micropigmentation. I can never say that word. Scout micropigmentation.
I
But
remember you told me. Says, "What is that?"
yeah. So yeah, so but if anybody is losing their hair, if you're losing your hair or receding or whatever, I can fix that if you want to get that taken care of.
Oh, there we
Uh
go.
okay, yo. So there it is. It's
Hey, you
at
see?
new
Hey,
platform
hey, we looking
underscore.
out for you, brother.
I can't talk. Okay, new platform underscore LLC. That's the y'all can go see. But that's the company that I got, and we are doing a lot of amazing things. We did stuff with Hilton. We just did some stuff with this female by the name of Lauren and Dawn, and they deal with Tony Robson. And Tony, you know how big Tony Robson is as a motivational speaker. So we just did a promotional video for her, and my boy JJ Villar is the one who connected us with that, and he's a amazing man. So it's a lot of amazing things going on, and I am so happy right now. But this is what I want to say to everybody. I watch all these shows, I watch all these celebrities, and I see people doing some crazy, crazy stuff in their life right now. And a lot of them are getting punished, but yet coming back and being able to
Right.
do amazing things. And I just hope that everybody can like hopefully see this, or give me like, I don't want to say give me a second chance, but really understand that I'm trying to do what I love to do. And if y'all can
Right.
see me for the person that I am while I'm doing what I do, just accept that and let me move on and do what I do, because there's a lot of dancers in this world that missed out on this brain, because there's a lot of dancers whose life got changed by this brain. I used to watch TV when I was going through all that crazy stuff, and I would watch every commercial, every TV show. I knew everybody in every commercial movie, any dance movie. I knew them because I trained them all. Y'all would be shocked to know how many. I got a video of me and Matt Shad in my studio in my house when I was living in Beverly Hills, popping. I didn't teach them how to dance, but just popping, just learning stuff. Just before anybody knew who Matt Chad was, they didn't really know who I was. They knew me as a choreographer. But I'm just saying, I have video of stuff, and I got things that are people that you would never imagine. I used to be on tour with Fee doing workshops. Fee is from the Jabberwockies. Jabberwocky was always big to me, but America's Best Dance Crew made him super famous. So I think I'm like, I was around the best. I taught some of the best. I was taught. I was influenced by some of the best, and I just miss my world. You feel me? Like, look at me. I would never change who I am. I'm Shane Sparks till the day that I die. People are like, you need to change your name. You need to do this. And I thought about it, but I was like, no, God put me here for a reason. I had to go through what I went through so I could get to where
Exactly.
I'm at right now. So
Exactly.
that's what it is. And I remember this guy real quick, Tony. This guy had hit me up on Instagram, and he was like, you a pedophile, you this. And he said, I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's kind of blunt. So I didn't check a lot of stuff, but for some reason I saw that. I hit him up. I was like, yo, what's up? He was like, I asked him why was he coming at me like that, and what was your problem? He was like, dude, you are another black man that I looked up to that let me
Wow.
down. That's how I
Wow.
felt. And when he said that to me, it crushed me because I didn't think of it like that. I just thought
Right.
it was like some dude just being stupid. But he looked up to me and I let him down. And once I talked to him, we did shake hands, but it might as well have been a shake hands and a hug. He was like, I'm sorry for doing that, dude. And I would never post like nothing like that ever again. And anybody else that I ever confronted with it or ever talked to, they were like, dude, I feel so bad for you because that situation could have happened to anybody. And most
Yeah.
men that we know have
Yeah.
been through
Yeah.
that. It's never been
Yeah.
caught before.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, like,
Yeah.
it's like, I feel like everybody should be punished for when they do something wrong, but don't destroy their life. Don't destroy their future because I didn't go into that trying to get her. They came into my house, dude. Like I could see if I was looking for it, but I wasn't. And I'm not an
Right.
angel. I'm not perfect. I would never say that. But I'm just saying there are some people who've done a million times worse than what I did. And they still on TV in your living room and you shaking their hands and spending money and
Right.
going to their concerts and buying their records and forgiving
Right.
them. So I'm just saying, like, like really pay attention to the real ones. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't have a gun, I've never in a gang. I don't do none of that. I'm an entertainer. I'm a creator
Yeah.
by heart.
Yeah.
Everybody who
I
knows me, every girl
right.
group I work with, they'll tell you like he never did anything to one of us. He inspired us to this day. Like they will all tell you that. So you know what I mean? Like it sucks being who I am, being the way that I am, but having that title of what they
Yeah.
put on me, it
Right.
kills me. So that's why I wanted to do this interview with you, Tony, because I've talked to a couple people about it, but I wanted to do it where somebody's going to take it and really push it out there so people could see. And another
Right.
thing, I did an interview for this hip hop head dude. Everybody loved him. He did this big old show. A lady that don't even know me go come on there and say, Shane Sparks is this, Shane Sparks is that. If you post it, I'm going to tell everybody to look, watch your show. They canceled that episode and they would not tell me who it was. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Because these are my boys. I was like, you my boy, but you won't tell me who this lady is who don't even know me, who's
Right.
discrediting me, who's dogging me out.
Right.
Instead of me calling
Right.
her, because I know Tony, I know for a
Right.
fact, if I talk to her, it would change her mind. Because
Correct.
they always understand, like, wow, it's not what I think. We
Right.
thinking you're going around getting all these girls. Like, no,
Right.
no, lady. I changed the world. My class was full
Yeah.
of kids and adults, and they will all tell you, like, he was my mentor. He inspired me
Right.
to this day. People call me, they're like 30 something years old, but they're calling me up like, you was this, you was that. I love you. I miss you. You know what I mean? It's like people that don't
Right.
know me have the worst TMZ and all this stuff. They have the worst opinion, but they don't even know me. And this is
Right.
somebody can destroy your name like that without giving you an interview or giving you like some type of
Right.
chance to tell
Right.
yourself.
Well, in the world of social media right now, I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to have you share your story because it really inspired me. And it just, I don't stand in judgment of no person. I just know that we all are subject to error. And which segues into, I want to add to something for the audience out there. I've been in the fitness industry. That's another thing that I do other than the media as part of the media company. But the fitness industry, I wanted to do something that would actually, I don't really even call it competition with Zumba. People know Zumba. So when I found Shane and we broke bread together, he told me his thing. It touched me because, I get it. I get it. But when I first met him after that long hiatus, that was the first time that I ever really sat and talked to Shane. And it just it touched my heart. It let me know that he's a brother to confide in. He's a man of integrity. And for those who don't know him, I want to encourage you to know him. Yeah, I don't really believe he had to ask to come back. He never left. He just had to soul search. He just had to see the reality, the lies that are out there. And now what we're doing now is going back to Zumba. We're calling it Touche Extreme Dance, TXD. So what that is that when I found uh, Shane and Shane found me, we found each other. I always had this thing about dancers. Choreographers are really some amazing people. And for those who don't know, let me tell you the truth. When you're paid to do choreography, you're done. That choreography you did goes on to make millions. You get none of that. Think about that. And every dancer knows their choreographer, their choreography, excuse me. I don't know how that happens, but you guys know it's a hidden talent, it's a gift. So The beautiful thing about what we're getting ready to do, and Shane can elaborate on that, I'm just going to segue into that, is that I asked him to be the face of Touche Extreme Dance. And what Touche Extreme Dance is, it's going to be starting off with a group of people that will literally revolutionize dance fused with exercise and health and wellness. This is the most important thing to me. I've been in this industry for over 30 years, life coach, motivational speaker, and international author. I've been around a long time. I remember when Zumba first started. But now it's time for a revolution in the dance industry. When I met Shane, it began in my head. My wheels were turning. And when I asked him to be a part of it, he he just quickly said, "Yes, Tony, let's do this thing." And I laid it out for him, and he will he will actually revolutionize dance. Shane never left, but I always say he's back. But he never left. So, Shane, you want to explain a little bit about? Let me before you do that. I want to tell you what these five dancers or 10. We're going to have two teams. We're looking at a team in LA. We're looking at a team in Vegas. And what these teams are going to do is they're going to have uh, personal coaching. They're going to have that means nutrition, exercise, because we got to get the body type. We got to get the health right. We're going to teach them. We have a business uh, profile, business uh, education with their being a part of the team. Uh, Extreme dance. So we have a business format. We have dance with Shane. I'm going to share the business format. They're going to meet people. We're going to teach them how to individually possess and own their own businesses. Now, I don't have anything against agencies. But the one thing agencies never teach you is really truly how to make money off of your craft and preserve the person you are. Because you get one injury, you're finished. So what Shane and I are going to do together with Touche Extreme Dance is combine all of this. And we're talking global. We're not talking nationwide in the US. We're talking global. This show that we have right now, 10 Biggest Lies, I'm actually fortunate to have an international platform. And so I think that Shane needs to be heard. The truth needs to be heard. And after today, just like me, if you guys should have a change of heart, change of mind about the man and the legend in the industry. He's very humble. He doesn't even brag about himself. I'm the one doing it. So this is what I try to tell him all the time. Look, you just be quiet. That's all right. You humble, right? I got you. So Shay, you want to talk about your involvement in Touche Extreme Dance?
Yeah, well, basically, we're going
Oh,
to be,
and the other thing too we talked about too. Yeah.
huh?
The remember the what is that? The dance con and the the system we're going
Dance
to do.
industry access.
Yeah, dance industry access. That's right. That's
Yeah.
the business part. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, we're looking for five dancers. We're going to have, like you said, two teams. We're going to LA on the 17th to hold an audition. And basically, what I get from this whole situation is we're going to teach dancers choreography like Zumba. You're going to be able to travel the world and you're going to do a certain type of choreography to a certain type of music, but it's going to be from a hip hop point of view. And what
Right.
can happen is you, as a choreographer, can just go all around the world under your own name and make as much money as you want based on how much you want to travel. That's basically what it is. And the fact that it has fitness in it and health and dance is what's going to be beautiful about it. It's going to be merchandise, it's going to be music, and we're just looking for these choreographer dancers with great personalities and are very motivated and to start this off so we can be the ones to start this new training like Zumba did. I thought it was
Exactly.
amazing. What is that noise? Okay.
No, it's just
Uh,
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's basically it.
Yeah.
If you want more
So
information, you could hit me up on it because I'm always in my so you can hit me up and find out more.
yeah.
Yeah,
So the dance industry access is the business part of uh the concept. And me, I'm the one actually starting the whole concept, right? Shane deals with the dance and stuff like that, and what I deal with is the business. Now, it's not only what Shane said, but in addition to, I have a certification program already with the International Sports and Science Association. It's called Touche. Touche, the acronym for Touche is tough, outrageously unique, challenging, highly motivated exercise. And that's what it is. I'm 63 years old. I've been doing this for a long, long, long time. I love health, wellness, and fitness, but I love doing it the right way. So what's going to happen is when we start Touche Extreme Dance, each one of the individual instructors that's on the foundation that we're going to do September 17th in Burbank in Los Angeles, we're having the biggest audition ever. So come out. What this is going to do is not only give you a platform, a global platform as an individual, but you're going to have my team, my administrative team behind you, my lawyer, et cetera, et cetera. Part of my team is Jeff Weber. It's a prodigal son, sons of man, Wu Tang. Uh, and you're going to have these people and more to be able to guide you. Now, we have a lot of access into film, television, music, movies, things like that. So that's going to be open to you. But the foundation is that you go and become certified instructors of a new training system called Touche Extreme Dance. This
Exactly.
automatically gives you an amazing business opportunity. But what we do, I have my hands in everything, okay? But I have to get your head right. And so we're looking for people who are actually humble and confident because, hey, at the end of the day, I trust Shane and I trust his judgment and what he wants.
Mhm.
And I am actually, for me, I've been in on my own for over 20 years. My company has been in existence in the wellness industry, entertainment industry. I have some amazing friends, long relationships, and they also know about Shane, and they gave me the go ahead, and because now they thought the way everybody else thought, and now we're talking major people in the industry. And when I presented it to them, and I presented the story, and then Shane shared the story, I
Right.
mean, immediately their eyes were open. And
Mhm.
what happened was they were so disappointed at the lies that's being told in the industry. Nobody wants to step forward and tell the truth. They just want to live off of things that they don't really know the truth. That's why when he was faced with a situation, he called the guy. He didn't have to call the guy,
The girl.
but that showed that he genuinely cared about his fan base. He cares about dance. He's compassionate about it. So what I'm doing is I'm literally creating a incredible career, just as I created in the fitness industry. I want to create it with Shane in the dance industry. I call Shane the new Debbie Allen. Debbie Allen,
Right. And don't
much
forget,
respect, much love. Yeah.
look, don't forget to tell them that the Super Bowl.
Oh
Can we
yeah.
can we talk about
And
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's going to happen is too, I just closed the deal. Now it's not a halftime show. But if you've been to the Super Bowl, I have been to the Super Bowl. All the money, all the hooplas made in the events surrounding the Super Bowl. So I closed a major deal to actually launch Touche Extreme Dance on the Super Bowl in Arizona 2023. So, and this trip will be paid for. Uh, and I want the best people, and that's why I got the greatest guy on the planet right here
Right,
to give
right.
us the
So
best people. Yeah.
yeah, so when I come in on the 17th, I need y'all to come out if you want to change your life. If you're tired of living in LA, spending your money on dance classes, going to auditions and not booking, or going to auditions, you do book, you get $500,000 for working your butt
Yeah.
off, and you pay your rent, you ain't got no money. If you
Yeah.
want to change that and you want to have consistent money, consistent work, and live off your own name, hit us up, come to the audition, and show off. That's all I'm trying to say. I just want to
That's
change the
it.
world. Ever since I've been in this game, I've always wanted to change the world. I want dancers to get treated like actors. I want them to get paid
Yeah.
like athletes because we are athletes and nobody gives
Exactly.
that respect. So
Right.
that's what the game is. So if y'all ready, come and join me. I don't want to bore y'all. I just want y'all to come and let's do what we do. You feel me? Because I still got a lot of fire in me. And yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So, on that, if you need some more information on the company, go to TonyHillMedia.com. And of course, you've seen Shane's Instagram and stuff flash there. You can also go to touchefitness.com. Touchefitness.com is actually the hub of my training system, which is formerly right now at EOS. EOS has approximately 61 plus clubs nationwide. Touche is already there. That's a different type of workout combined with military, martial arts. but it's one huge personal coaching class. I do not have a format. So even with Touche Extreme Dance, we need people, choreographers that are free from the system. And I want, and Shane, I just want to take this opportunity, brother, to thank you. I'm here in Dallas, so no matter where we are, I'm gonna make it happen. So some of the noise, I apologize for some of the background noise or whatever, but
Um,
please forgive me for that. But the most important thing for me was that Shane tells his story. This story will be blasted probably every day until it reaches to the ends of the earth, because people need to understand that this is a great brother right here, and most importantly, he's a great man. And so he deserves his position. He already has it. God gave it to him, and trust me, you can't take it away,
yeah,
but you can be a part
exactly.
of it. You can
Yeah.
be a part of it, so
How
we
much time
want
do
you
we
to be a
have?
part of it.
How much
So
time do we have?
you close it out, brother. You
You
close it
close it
out.
out?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I was blessed with a gift, and I used that gift as much as I could. It took me around the world and back. All I want to do is be able to finish the rest of my life doing what I love and changing the world. I'm asking y'all to come to me, ask me questions before you judge me. Anybody that you see out there doing anything or you're hearing rumors about them, please get the facts first, because sometimes it's just a mother who had a son who was gifted, and he's out there trying to basically take care of
Yeah.
his family, give his
Yeah.
mother a better life, and then somebody comes in and takes it away without even thinking about what they
Right.
just destroyed. Like she
Right.
destroyed. And I don't want to keep saying she destroyed, because I made the decision.
Yeah.
I did what I did. I don't ever want to take away from that. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying there's a way we could have handled it. I feel like she could have came to me and talked to me, and we could have worked this out, and life could have went on, and it didn't have to
Right.
go through that whole side. And it's sad that I was a celebrity, because I feel like if I wouldn't have become a celebrity, the world wouldn't care anything about that whole
Right.
situation. But they
Right.
did. So it's like I worked my butt out and was on top of the world, became a celebrity, and then the world was on top of me. It's crazy, but I'm just saying, anybody out there, just always get firsthand information if you can. If you want to talk to me, you can hit me on my DM, because I'm always like checking. I'm always around, and I've always been reachable. Everybody knows that. So other than that, I love y'all. I miss the dance world. I miss all my dance friends and dance fans, and I got some amazing, amazing things in store. Like I can't even talk about them right now. I mean, to change the game, y'all don't understand. I already did it before. I'm gonna do it again. So just be ready for it. Yo,
Yes.
Tony, I appreciate you. I saw you
Yeah.
at the store, at the
Much love.
studio that day. I was like, I got to talk to this guy. There's something making me go talk to him. And look where we are right now. You changed the
Yeah.
my life. It took one moment for me to say, let
Right.
me go talk to this guy. And so many things have changed from the past
Right.
couple weeks since we met. You see this
Right.
chain here? He gave me this chain right here. Yeah, y'all probably can't see it. Touche,
It says
touche
two
dancing street. You feel me? He
two
gave it.
shades dance.
I felt like
TX.
Tupac when he gave me the necklace. Like, what is it? How did he give it a big old chain on the stage? Yeah,
Yeah.
rough
Hey,
rider.
I ain't gonna do
I felt like
that.
that. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
get up out
So
of the family and give me a necklace. I'm like, you crazy. So, all right, but I'm gonna let y'all go. I love y'all, and I hope that y'all learn something from this, and y'all can appreciate who I am and what I've done and what I want to do. I love y'all, and to everybody that I let down, I am not done, and just give me the opportunity to show and prove that I am the man that you think I am. All right, I love
right.
y'all.
So
Peace, Tony. I
so
appreciate you.
good. So if you want to talk to Shane too, you can go again to TonyHillmedia.com. Shane's photo is right there. You can read about him. We'd love to have you a part of our journey. Thank you so much. And thank you, Shane. God bless you, my brother. And I will see you soon in Vegas. I'll be back on Sunday, my man.
Let's go. All right, I love
Take
y'all.
care. All right.
Peace
Bye
out.
bye.